Hello, hello, welcome back. So I'm hoping that this video we have a lot less distractions, which I assume we will because all the animals are now downstairs. So I had a really great weekend, like a really great weekend, like a fantastic weekend. Um, I today just finished up with a luxury training that was not part of my um like required learning stuff. It was just something that I wanted to do. And I ended up going through with that. It was really great. Today was day one. I got to meet some really amazing people, had a lot of fun, and this past weekend was a blast. So, this past weekend, I went to the MPC Southern Classic, which is a MPC show, and I got to see all these amazing, incredible people, some people that I knew, some people that were new, and it was just a lot of fun. So, just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on what happened over the weekend. You guys know that this channel is all about self development, improvement, true self love, which is becoming the person that you ultimately love, that you respect, and that you just have a really great life with. Because if one thing's for sure is that we're going to be doing life the rest of our life with us, like with ourselves. And so we want to make sure that we are, in alignment with what's right for us and going after what we truly want in this lifetime. And so that's what today's video is about, is getting into that place, that positioning, and really just starting to move into being in a place for what you truly desire. I've seen so many things this past week that have been truly amazing, truly transformational, truly inspiring. And so I was like, I just need to come on and talk about it. And so I do have a video coming for you guys that is a actual edited video, and that's gonna be coming out this week. So that was an entire day of eating with me. So you follow me throughout the entire day. And at the end of the day, I recap like everything. It's going over MPC stuff. It's going over living grain and dairy free, kind of following my health journey, which a lot of you guys have followed my health journey. So I'm just updating you guys on that. And so today we're going to talk about like finding what you truly want, like discovering what lights you up, like what ignites that fire in your soul, and what you like truly feel like you've been put on this earth to do. Like there's so many people that I've asked and they're like, I just don't know. I like can't think of anything that I truly love to do. I can't think of anything that I'd want to do just to do it. And then there's people who are like, I know that I've come to this planet to do X, Y, and Z. They know, like they know how to like what they want to do. And I was kind of like in the middle. Like I have so much fun doing so many different things. There's so many things I like to experiment with. I like to kind of put my toe, so to say, in a lot of different things and try out a lot of different things and then grow and expand from there. So recently I've been really into baking. I've also been really, really into the MPC world, which I've been into for years and years and years. That hasn't changed. But I've just taken it up like a whole new level. You guys have seen a lot of my progress stuff coming through on social media. And what I desire is to go pro. I want to go pro within the MPC and or within the IFBB. And like you hear a lot of coaches and they'll say like there's so many girls out there who want to go pro but their actions don't align with what it is they want out of life. Like I want to go pro but on the weekends you're going out, drinking, eating, partying, all of that, and it doesn't align with what a pro actually does. Like the things that the pro does day in and day out, like who they become to do those things. And so I think finding out what you truly like to do and what you truly want to do is discovering yourself. So I am so of the mindset of trying a lot of different things, like getting out there and experimenting and seeing what clicks for you and what lights you up. Like you'll know you're in a right scenario and a right situation when you feel like time just like obliterates. Like you could just be there forever. It's like this zone of focus that's just so intense. Like you look at the clock and you're like, I can't believe 8 hours went by. I can't believe 12 hours went by. I was so entranced by what I was doing. Like when I get on a YouTube live stream, I could talk and talk and talk. And I look at the time and I'm like, oh wow, like 20 minutes has gone by, 30 minutes has gone by, an hour has gone by. I can't believe it because I'm doing something that truly makes my heart happy. It makes my soul happy. It's something that is so ingrained and part of just who I am that it just feels like just time is just going by so quickly. It feels bright, it feels exciting. And I think that finding things like that is what brings you so much joy in life. Like that is really, really what life is about. So when this comes to relationships, because I get a lot of questions on relationships, and I was actually talking to my friend today who's like a matchmaker, and we were talking about this, and there's so many girls who have lists of what it is they want. So they want, certain traits and certain qualities inside of a man. Um, and they desire to have, you know, certain aspects and attributes in a man for their partner that they want to be with. And everyone has this. Like, it would be weird if you didn't have this. It would be weird if you were like, I am open to whatever for a guy or for like my partner in life. I don't care, about anything, like having zero preferences. So this is totally normal. This is something that a lot of people do have. Now, there's like this part of the equation, and this goes into relationships. This goes into things like competing or a job. This goes into every single aspect, and I'm going to show you how that tends to work out and play out in each one. So let's start with something that would be like easy to grasp. And I talked about this in my last video. So if you decide, I want to be a pro, I want to go pro in bodybuilding, there's certain things that you need to do. There's inner work and there's the outer work that you need to do to get there. So obviously, you need to work out. That's like first and foremost. You need to be doing like the programmed workouts. You need to be doing the work to get to where you are. But if it's in alignment, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel exciting. It's going to feel like just part of who you are. Like a lot of competitors will tell you that they feel weird when they eat off their prep food. They feel weird when they miss a gym session or when they're on a rest day. They'll say, like, I know I do. Like, if I have a rest day, I'm like, I cannot wait to get back into the gym. Like, there's this urge to just want to be better at it every single day. There's this urge to just want to adhere to what it is because it's so fun, it's so exciting, and it's so expansive. It's what lights you up. It's part of who you are. And there's those things you need to do in order to get the result you're looking to get. Now, in a job situation, it may be schooling, it may be you need to work your way up the job ladder in order to get what it is you want. Being there, showing them how you are as a productive member of the team, how you give back with your energy, how you show up every day in that next level, like self, like that next level version of you, is really important to obtaining and securing that position. So it's doing like the inner work to get there. It's becoming the inner match to get there. And same goes for relationships. And I think relationships are the hardest one to spot because a lot of us think that, oh, like we're fine as we are and the right person's just going to come along and they're going to love us no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. But the truth is there's a lot of inner work around everything, around next levels of everything, around relationships, around whatever it is you want in life. If it feels hard to get or hard to obtain, or if it feels like it's not going to happen, there's inner work that needs to be cleared around the thing that's going on. So there's things that you need to release or things you need to up level in order to get there. So for instance, like wanting to date and you have this list of attributes you want in a man, like making sure that you are the reciprocal of those things, making sure that you have those qualities that will mesh well together. So like that may be, taking a look at where you're currently at and then assessing that and doing the inner work for what it is you truly want. So there's inner work with everything. You guys know my competition story. If you've seen like the older competition story, it's evolved a lot. So I've had a lot of learning experiences along the way. So there was the learning experience of placing ninth place because I came in overly confident and didn't do the work, which was back then a classic story. Was I kind of was like, you know what? I had like a really big head on my shoulders. I thought that I could just walk and waltz into anything and it would all work out. But the truth is that my effort level didn't match what I needed to be doing in order to win a higher position in that show. And I knew that, like coming out of it, I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. But it was still really hard to grasp that concept back then because I was so young. And I think a lot of people do this with dating is like they kind of are like, well, they start to write people off like, oh, well, that guy, it's okay because that guy was just this and that. He wasn't a great guy, or he wasn't right for me, or he was too old, he was too young, he was this, he was that. And the truth of the matter is that a lot of times we self-sabotage the things we truly, truly desire, that we truly want, because we're coming up with like excuses around why we aren't there, because it's something that inside, like we have a little bit of inner work that we need to do to either release something or add something in order to be that match for what it is we want. So during my competition story, and back to that, this past competition, I had a lot of things going on. I was on Lexapro, which increased my hunger. I was insatiably hungry. Like it was the craziest thing. I ended up gaining a lot of weight. I was not grain free at the time. I was eating lots of rice, and I was having like some autoimmune type stuff coming back on, and it was just really difficult. Like there's a lot of stuff going on that in that way, but it turned into this emotional thing where I was emotional eating, and it was just not conducive to the goals I wanted. I had a lot of inner work I needed to do in order to release the things around what it is that I was doing. And after that competition, I took some time. I was like, I'm going to take some time to myself. I'm going to take time off prep. I'm going to take like a good month to really sit with myself and do a ton of the inner work, which is what I'll be going through in the Full Faith course. There's going to be a new video, 2 new videos launching this month. But I went through and I really did the full inner work on why I was holding myself back from what I truly desired, what I truly wanted. Like I was showing up boldly, but I was also doing things that were sabotaging. And so there were some things, there were some incongruencies that I needed to work through, release, and then upgrade my belief system so that I could get there. I needed to show up bolder in my life for myself and for what I wanted. And so you really got to just like go out there and be bold with it. Ask for what you want and show up 110%. Like this is your life. You don't get, well, that we know of, you don't get like another redo of it. It's like, if we're not going after the things that we truly, truly want and that we truly desire, and being willing to be adaptable, being willing to be open to changing, being willing to see things from a different way, we're going to keep bumping into feeling like we're just like either unsettling and unhappiness, or that we're just not achieving our full potential. And there's so much more out there for you. There's so much more out there for you to achieve, for you to like experience things that can light you up and make you feel so incredible. Like this life is actually truly so amazing if you want it to be. Like if you truly, truly desire to have a incredible, fantastic, amazing life, you can choose to step into that energy every single day. Like it is a decision. That is a decision. Is to choose to see things from that aspect, choosing to be open to seeing things from that aspect, like letting life kind of guide you and see what, interests you and what lights you up and what makes you feel alive and excited. There's so much out there. There's so many opportunities out there. There's so much expansiveness out there. I use that word all the time because it's so true. Like I had no idea how expansive this world was until I started to seek new opportunities and started putting myself outside of my little bubble of what I knew to be reality. And I started putting myself out there and getting into different spheres and seeing things from other people's perspective. And then I started to notice that there's so much more to this world. There's so many things that you might not even know exist at this very moment. So many activities you don't know exist at this very moment. So many places in the world, cities, states, even counties that you don't even know exist yet. There's so many people that you don't even know yet, but that you could know tomorrow. So if you're not in a relationship yet, there's like hope for you. There's so many different things that could happen. You could meet your soulmate tomorrow. You could meet someone on the street tomorrow who turns out to be your ultimate dream guy, who has all the things on the list that you want. There could be a job that you didn't even know existed. Like, there's assistants who run private islands for people. Like, there's all sorts of jobs that people don't even know exist out there. And they're all available. It's just we haven't connected to that yet. So it's like being open to seeing the expansive opportunities out there is so priceless. It's so priceless. Like, there's so many things that you could be doing with your life. If you are unhappy right now, if you're like, I have just been bumping up against things that I do not want, that I do not like, that my life is just kind of bleh, like, don't hold out on your good life for a mediocre life. Don't hold out on your, like, the fantastic life that feels like you wake up every day and you're like, I get to live this way. Oh my gosh. Like, it gets to be better and better every day. Oh my gosh. Don't hold out on that life for a life that's just meh, that feels constricting, that feels tiresome. Like, there's so many things out there. And it always like breaks my heart when people don't take like the open hand. Like, if someone's like, hey, like, invites you to an event where you know that maybe there could be something great there, like, you truly want like a new job opportunity. You're like, I've been waiting to find a new career path, and someone invites you to an event, like, I would be going to every single event. I would be like, oh my gosh, I need to meet new people. I need to get out there. I need to see what else is out there. Put yourself in line with the things that you desire. Put yourself in line with what you truly want. If you want to be married to a fantastic partner and have fantastic kids, be open to meeting people in new ways. Be open to people connecting you in new ways. If you want to travel and see the world, just be open to new ways. And in that, you're going to find that there's so many things that will start to pop up. It's almost like when you make that decision, things will start to show up for you, especially if you have a good attitude. Like, a lot of life is not just showing up. It is showing up with the right attitude, with an openness, with skills, with ability, with meaning, with purpose, with drive. And then aligning yourself with the right things that feel really good. Like, something I learned from human design was, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Like, if I feel off about anything, if I'm like, this doesn't feel like a good opportunity, or these don't feel like the right partners, or this doesn't feel like something that makes me light up on the inside, I will say no to it. And I will like have no problem saying no to it, because I know that ultimately it's going to save me years of agony. It's going to save me from feeling awful, from having regret. And I think as women, a lot of times we feel like we can't say no, or we feel bad for saying no. And I think that that's one thing that, everyone could use some work on, is being the best advocate for you, especially when it comes to saying no to people, especially when it comes to quote unquote disappointing people, or, making people feel like you're whatever. Like, we all have these stories in our heads that we can't say no to people because XYZ, we become the bad guy, we become the bad person. And it's like, you need to free yourself from that. Free yourself from the judgment of yourself. Like, be your best advocate. Stand up for the best thing of you. If you want to be, married within a year, start telling people in your dating profile, like, marriage minded. Start being clear with your intentions and what you want and your desires. Like, not skirting around the bush in any area of your life. if you want to go work for someone, talk to them. In fact, I did that yesterday. I'm going to talk briefly about that. Is I desired to work on a team, and I went and I talked to someone. An opportunity literally like fell in my lap to work with a team. It's one of the top producing teams. And immediately I'm like, wow, let's see if we're a good match. And we had a meeting yesterday and we had another meeting today. And it's looking like it's going to be a good match. I have told this that tomorrow to make the decision. And I'm going to kind of just allow myself to relax tonight, get a couple things done. And then if tomorrow I still feel that way, then I'll go ahead and submit that paperwork and all the stuff that needs to be done. But the thing was is that I thought of it. I was like, I really want more community. I work better in that. I know myself well enough that I work better in a community. I work better with a team. And so it's just funny that when I make the decision now, it's so fast. Like literally made the decision, bumped into a coworker in the hallway. He was like, Celia, I've seen you on like video calls and all of that. We introduced each other and he introduced me to his team member guy, like the head guy, the head of the team, and was like, Celia is interested in working with a team. And he was like, oh, okay. We got to talking and it turned out to be a very like good communication. It turned out to be really a good thing. But it's like when you make that decision, when you make the decision to be the best advocate for you, you're going to start to notice things just showing up. You're going to start to notice things will get better and better and better when you decide to step fully into that embodying that powerful energy for yourself, really becoming the person who does the thing. And so I just want to encourage you guys today, if you have huge goals, huge dreams, or maybe you just feel stuck right now. Like there's been so many times in my life where I felt stuck or where I felt like I don't know what to do next. And sometimes we just need to lean back in that moment and just trust that something's going to come through. And sometimes we just need to bust through it and knowing when the best time is to do the thing. Like, is it a good time to lean in and really go push that next level? Is it a good time to lean back and surrender and do the inner work? Knowing when to kind of ebb and flow is so important. Like if there's one thing that has really helped me the past couple years is studying energetics, studying that masculine, feminine energy, understanding how to put it to work for you, understanding how to apply it to situations, work situations, life situations. There's a test in real estate called the DISC assessment. A lot of business owners use it. And it's essentially the same thing. There's drivers, and then there is more of that ebb energy, where it's that lean back energy, that trust, that surrender energy. And that's part of it, and it's knowing how to deal with people, knowing how to work with people. And a lot of that is knowing how to deal and work with ourselves, how we best respond, knowing what's best for us, and then advocating to the best of our abilities for us. So I hope this video helped you guys. It's been like 25 minutes. I need to get my booty to the gym. I also need a little bit of coffee. I'm a little tired from this full day, like literally up at the butt crack of dawn, but loving life. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to be doing a lot more prep stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, as we are going to start dialing in for our show in November and possibly competing in October as well. So I love you guys. Have a great night, morning, wherever you're coming in from. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you in the next video. If you have any requests for live stream topics, Q&A topics, let me know on Instagram or in the comments, whatever's best for you. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.